Hi, I'm attorney Greg Dell here with attorney Victor Pina, and today we're going to discuss a recent case that you resolved, Victor, that was against Cigna, and it dealt with a mental nervous condition. We handle lots of claims with mental nervous condition. Unfortunately, often they're limited to 2 years worth of benefits, and we know that in these mental nervous conditions, which are usually anxiety, depression, those kinds of things, the disability carrier often tries to cut those off within a few weeks to a few months because they figure you go and get a little bit of treatment and you should be fine. So what went on in your case?
Well, this case, they actually paid my client a few months of benefits in the short term. While she was transitioning to the long term, they cut off her benefits, forcing her to appeal. So when she contacted us, she'd already received those benefits. Obviously in a fragile state, she was overwhelmed with dealing with Cigna, wasn't sure what to do. So she gave us a call. I agreed to take on her case, and when I reviewed the denial letter, it was pretty standard cookie cutter language you usually see. Cigna's denial letters, they tend to use the same reasons for denying claims. So we've been able to develop, appeal strategies that we can use specific to insurance companies like Cigna. So in her case, she was a catheterization lab tech. Fortunately, she started developing these severe symptoms, severe depression, anxiety, having panic attacks, and an occupation like hers, where she has to be, constantly in situations, emergency situations involving life-threatening events for patients, it's important for her to be able to, concentrate, focus. And when she's suffering from panic attacks, unpredictable panic attacks and depression, anxiety, it's just she wasn't in a position to continue working. So initially, they understood that, paid her benefits, but much like a lot of different claims, especially in mental nervous claims, it's if the medical records aren't consistent, if she's not following, or if her doctors aren't being detailed in their note-taking, it's very easy to cut off the claim, which is what happened here.
And then often we see that denial come from the transition from short-term to long-term. I'm sure in this particular case it was 180 days of short-term, so 6 months, and then it goes to long-term, and it's a whole new review by someone different who handled the short term, someone different's handling the long term disability. So a lot of times we see denials from the transition from short term to long term.
Right.
So you were obviously able to obtain additional physician support to win the appeal. Was that a difficult process?
In this case, no. She had doctor support, fortunately. They actually, during their initial review, they actually reached out to her therapist, her doctor. They had the opportunity to speak with them. They relied, unfortunately, on their internal review by one of their behavioral health specialists, who did speak to her doctor, but then they still cut off the benefits. So during the appeal, which we handled, we were able to get some additional information from her treating doctor, her therapist. A lot of times what it really comes down to is, even if you have the doctor support, they don't know exactly what information the insurance company is requiring. So in this case, I drafted a custom questionnaire asking her doctor the right questions, made sure to fill in those gaps that Cigna claimed they had in the medical records, and we're able to successfully get her back on claim.
Now, I know on our mental nervous claims, when we're doing appeals, we have a fairly extensive diagnostic questionnaire that we utilize and we custom create for every case to work with the doctor to get the appropriate medical support, and I'm assuming that's what you did in this case.
Right, that's exactly what we did.
So if you have a claim against Cigna or any other long-term disability insurance company for any medical condition whatsoever, feel free to give any of our lawyers a call. We always offer a free consultation, and we help claimants all across the country. We look forward to the opportunity to speak with you.